Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the GameSwap goodies. I'm Dr. Gakman here. Work at GameSwap, a local store in Kettering, Ohio, where we do all kinds of stuff. Like I try to do repairs and work on the arcade machines. I am like the Nintendo aficionado there. I do the Japanimations, anime, manga stuff there. I do stuff with toys. But we do more than that. We do comics, video games, movies, horror, wrestling, all kinds of stuff there. And, our owner, we've been there in April. What? This is April now. This is our 12th anniversary. We've been there since 2009. I've been there since 2012. But I just want to go through and show you the goodies in the last month that have shown up at our store. And I told you in last month's video, when I was covering February, that in March's video I was gonna, and as time goes on, tell you more about news about the store. So this is the first appearance of Jason Voorhees in a comic book. We have this here. It was a Topps comic. And there's Jason's mask right there. This is Satan's Six, was the name of the comic. So check that out. And please note, a lot of this stuff is going to be gone. I'm taking pictures of it as we get it, and then I show it at the end of the month to show you what kind of good stuff we get. Now this was some stuff that I was cleaning, repairing, getting prepared for the store. Controllers have been so hard to get a hold of because gaming has been so big in this last year. And I just, we had to reach out to our owner and get a hold of some stuff so that we could, make systems more complete. The scarce amount of systems that we get in anymore. Hopefully as spring cleaning comes, we'll be getting more stuff. System-wise and game-wise for us to sell. But here's some controllers. Here we go. I mean, good stuff, man. Good stuff. You got to come into the store. This is an interesting controller right here. It's a turbo controller. And you'll notice it has like this B on here. It's, what is this? Bishu? They're trying to, in Japan, there was these Hudson NEC type controllers for Nintendo 60 or for NES, and some of them, actually had counters on there so that you could see how many times you press the button. It was fast. You got to look up stuff. Look up Hudson B controllers. Look up Famicom. Look up what's that guy's name? I think they tried to make him change his name when Konami bought the rights to the Hudson games, and now they're sitting on them and not doing anything with them. Master Higgins. Look him up. He is the master of the 16 shot, who was, for shooting games and for other games that require fast button pressing, he could press the button 16 times in 1 second. And so they had these challenge controllers that you had. They had the turbo do it for you with these like turbo dials on here, but they were made by Hudson, so their mascot is the bee, and this was kind of, I guess, in a way, a kind of play on that. So this also had a hole in here for a stick, which was a thing for Master System, and some other controller companies made their own controllers that way. So here's some more controllers. Speaking of turbo and NEC, there's the turbo pad. The NEC turbo pads had them built in. I mean, they were serious about that. So, and there was a lot of shooting games on turbo graphics and NEC. PC Cd, PCFX, Turbo CD, PC 98, PC 99, I think there was one, PCX, the PC Engine. Those were the brands of systems that NEC had brought out at the time, and this was the standard controller. It was like a nice controller, actually. I have one myself, even though I don't have the systems. Wii remotes have been especially hard to get a hold of. There was a Superman and He-Man crossover. Now, there was the He-Man mini comics for the actual figures when you bought them. But these are, I believe, some of the first where He-Man makes an appearance in actual like DC comics. And like I said, they had the crossover with Superman. Like, who's the most powerful man in the universe? Or who is the master of the universe, blah, blah, blah. And back to horror, we've got these Nightmare on Elm Street comics, 1, 2, and 3. He wanted me to take a picture of those. Like, he's been gearing up comics and toys this year, and he's been gearing up especially horror comics because we have a big horror audience at GameSwap. We welcome you. We're your family horror people. So here is Samus in the Vera suit on the cover of a special edition new 3DS XL. I personally don't have this. Now, this young lady ended up getting this later on in the month because there was no other 3DSs in the store, and it was kind of expensive, but it is nearly impossible to find. And I am a huge Metroid nut. I mean, if you were to see my apartment, you would see, man, he's got a Metroid shrine, and I don't have this. So I was kind of jealous, but you know, that's what happens. And you snooze, you lose. Man, oh man. These are original Star Wars toys, brah. You gotta come into GameSwap and get this stuff before it's gone. I mean, these are in excellent shape. Unbelievable shape. Here is everybody's like, why is this so expensive? This is the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Now, when the original game came out, it was in a big box, and it didn't have this stand, it didn't have this case, but it had the Pokeball Plus, which could be used with Pokemon Go to, like Go Plus can be used, but it can also be used as a controller, not only just because it has a stick on it, where the normal button would be to move around your character in the game, but also as a motion controller so that you could enact throwing the ball at the game. And on top of that, too, it's a virtual pet. You can put your Pokemon from the game inside the Pokeball, and it's color-coded, too, and it gives out the original Game Boy cries when you shake it and stuff. It's, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like, who's that Pokemon? Who's in your Pokeball? That kind of thing. It came with Mew, but you could put Mew into the game, trade him into the game, and then put a different Pokemon inside of the Pokeball, and it's fun to carry around as a virtual pet. This is, again, it's expensive, but it's held its value, and this has a little stand. It's got the charge cable and the case with it, so yeah. Speaking of Pokemon, these are kind of factory rejects and or Chinese knockoffs no, I'm kidding. These are actually vending machine things, which was a huge thing in Japan. You know how they have kachi figures or whatever they are, the muscle men, ultimate muscle. Over here is what they called them. They had little capsules that they would be in, and you go to vending machines and buy them and stuff. Well, here you get to pick out whichever one that you want. They're up to $1 now because we got some bigger size ones. So come into the store, check those out. And I took a base picture. We've had this in before. This is a mix of stuff that doesn't even mix together, but because you got this telephone booth from was it Doctor Who or whatever. But this is Power Man 5000, and I told the person I seen pictures of her apartment, and she's like, she had a poster of Power Man 5000. She's like, oh, I met them and all this other stuff. And I was like, here's this. And it's like, I think I told her like, I think it was like $5 or $10. Anyways, I told her the price. She's like, no way, I'm paying $500. I was like, no, it's $4.99, $4.99. Anyways, here's some unique stuff from former employee. You'll recognize this guy. You see him right there, Drop Dead Fred. Anyways, Young Ones, comic of J. Edgar Hoover and Elvis. There you go. And I fixed some and cleaned some and prepared some Xbox 360 controllers, which we had a bunch of them that I had fixed, and they all sold, and now most of these have sold too. But there they are. This was awesome. So this came in from Diamond, like comics and goofiness or whatever. But man, Rob Halford, my ex-boss or boss from Blockbuster, he looks a little bit like him. It's kind of funny. And he also has a funny story about him. So if you know who he is, then go talk to him about it. But yeah, this is the free will burning gear that he's got on right here. This is amazing. If you haven't seen that video, it's not on YouTube. It's on like Daily Motion or whatever. Free will burning. Check that out. That's also video game related because they have pole position in there, but they changed the name of the game to Free Will Burning, and it's a song, and it's awesome. And he's wearing this gear, and he's got all these sequins and lights flashing off of him, and it's like, man, he's got like laser beams coming out of his eyes. It's crazy. I thought about buying this, but I didn't. These reaction figures, they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but I have too many other collections that I try to keep up with, and if it's going to be music-related stuff I'm going to get, it's going to be Asia, me personally, so, or progressive music or what have you. So here's some high caliber items here. Look at these PSP games. I believe they're all gone by now, maybe, and I believe these 32X games are gone by now too, even though they're just harder to find, especially in the box. Only a GameSwap. Come on. Come onto the store. You got to get this stuff before it's gone. Here's a buy that came in. We're still going through it. This was some horror toys in pretty bad shape. You got Alice Cooper here. You got Leatherface. You got the one guy from Resident Evil. You got the Jaws ship. You can't really see a good picture of that, but. And here is a PAL controller. PAL is for European regions for Dreamcast. Now, you'll notice that the swirl there is blue. In America, it was orange, but in PAL land, in Europe, it was blue. So that already got gobbled up. Here's some really cool VHS. We got some Power Rangers. We got some Turtles. You got to come into the store. If you're a Sentai fan or a fan of the Turtles, we got stuff for you. Sunset Riders complete. We got the instructions, we got the box, we got the sleeve. There is a little bit of a mark on here and stuff like that, but you tender love and care, and the game still worked. It is a high dollar game. I also got a Sega CD working. Actually, I got 2 Sega CDs working, and I'm working on another one. So, if you got Sega CDs, bring them in. I can replace parts. The batteries go bad. The number one problem is because people accidentally have their Genesis plugged in or powered on when they go to plug it into the side of the Sega CD here, and it causes the fuse to pop. And the fuse in these isn't very well placed, but I do a mod on it to where you can get to the fuse a lot easier and change it yourself. It's yeah, I can repair those. I can replace parts. Come in and see me. Come in and see me. But this is Sylphid working on a working Sega Genesis 2 with Model 2 Sega CD. And this is me at my home. Because we didn't have a Super Nintendo in at work to test that game that I was talking about. Sunset Riders. I mean, come on in. It's still there. This is a fun, it's like a beat 'em up, but it's also got shooting in it, and it's got a Wild West theme. I mean, there's horseback riding levels, kind of like it, and it's made by Konami, the same team that worked on the Turtle games and Bucky O'Hare and all those great arcade beat 'em ups. You gotta, man, this is it's worth every penny. Wolverine #1, just thought you should see that because only a GameSwap. Speaking of Bucky O'Hare, man, what a coinky dink. These are more adult figures from SBACE, The Adventures of Bucky O'Hare. Now, I want you to take note of this, all right? This is not a toy. It's age 15 plus. It's an adult collectible, brah. So, deal with it. All right, this is Jenny, and this is Bucky O'Hare. Hopefully, we'll be getting some other ones. I replaced some batteries in some Game Boy Pokemon games. I do that. It's $10 to replace a battery. So if you go to a garage sale or something like that and you ask them, hey, is the battery working in this? And they'll be like, what? These don't have batteries. And you'd be like, yeah, they do. I want it for $10 cheaper because I'm going to take it to GameSwap, talk to Dr. Gackman, and get my batteries changed if they need it. So make sure to test that first. We test all of ours, and if they're not good, we open them up and change the batteries. We also check to make sure that they're authentic Pokemon games and other games. If they are not authentic, we price them accordingly, and we make a heavy note of that. We say, this is a repro is what they call them, reproduction. Now, I want you to watch this video. Our Street Fighter II is a cabaret from South America. So you'll notice the artwork is a little off on the cabinet. The cabinet's smaller. The button layout is a little weird. That's because it's cabaret. And I tried to repair the sound on it, which, ended up actually making it to where there's no sound now. I'm going to have to work on that again someday. But, we left it on for, several days, and one of our Street Fighter enthusiast came in. He used to work on machines in Las Vegas, and he's seen it all, right? But he's never seen this, and I had never seen it or heard about it or anything like that. But basically the background, just watch it. Characters. So that's...
Yeah. Are you filming it?
Yeah, because I've never seen this before. I'm going to try to figure out if somebody else has seen this.
I'll try to do
Tattoo my key. Yeah,
See?
they totally went to the background.
Yeah.
This guy's really good, by the way.
See, like that right there.
Yeah, he did the Tatsumaki.
Yeah, he was further away.
Yeah, and knocked him further away. It's crazy.
That is weird.
It's spinning around. It's great. But, when I turned it off and turned it back on, it didn't do that anymore. So sometimes games do that. They start acting funny if they're on for too long.
Well, I'm seeing the scan lines going through, and they're not going up and down. On a CRT, they
Oh, yeah, that's a
go
good
up and
note,
down.
too.
It's
You'll see
going
how it's diagonal.
Weird.
It's diagonal.
Oh, yeah.
Fill the screen with
That is the very first time I've ever seen this or any machine do that. It's the backgrounds are just screwed up. But you're saying, also it's doing, if you do certain moves, it changes the distance between characters. So that's...
Yeah. Are you filming it?
Yeah, because I've never seen...
Okay, well, gotta fast forward because it just started over again.
Even if it's a glitch, it seems like there would be I thought you guys maybe put a different...
Well, I'm seeing the scan lines going through, and they're not going up and down. On a CRT, they usually go up and down.
Yeah.
It's going diagonal. That's weird.
Yeah, you can see that. You pay close enough
You can see it
attention.
better in a camera than you can with the naked eye. Unless unless the lights were off or whatever. Yeah, see how that line went through diagonally? See that?
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so that is the very first time I've ever... Let's get back to the next thing. We got some keychains. We got music stuff, anime stuff. We got video game stuff. We got movie stuff. Keychains. Wallets, doodads, danglers, letter openers. Come on in and check us out. We got all kinds of cool, like cheap, great priced collectibles, and man, this is fun stuff. Oh man, this one shocked me. I wanted a Brack. I wanted Brack and Zorak, but this I didn't get this, so it's still there. But man, look at this. This mom and dad from the Brack show. And on the back of that, they had a bunch of other, I guess, Adult Swim toys that, you know, I knew that they had made them, but I didn't know, like, this is nice. This is nice. Come in. Come get it. Pokemon on VHS, man, come on. Now, we're not like, don't think that we're like just some depository for VHS stuff, but we have a good VHS section of, we got anime that I'm still going through. We've got video game stuff. We've got horror stuff out the butt. We've got wrestling stuff. We got all kinds of stuff you need to come in. Rare. Now this isn't necessarily rare, but it's still cool to see this kind of artwork. We have rare VHS. Come in and check us out. And I believe this is the last picture. This is a GNR Appetite for Destruction. Come into the store. We do music. We do games. We do movies. We do toys. We do everything. Like, some, you know, especially when new people come in, they've never come in before. I love to see their eyes. You know, it's nostalgia. It's like stepping into a time machine. It's great. Come into GameSwap. Come meet us. We got a friendly, knowledgeable staff. We got all kinds of stuff there, but stuff goes as fast as it comes. So this may not even be there anymore. A lot of this stuff may not be there. So keep checking in with us. I will be giving you GameSwap news and showing you the GameSwap goodies. These were the good stuff. This was the good stuff from March 2021. And we'll see you next month.